That night, Thomas puffed into Titmuch's sheds. He was very tired. Tonight, he wanted to be here with his friends. He gasped. Stanley was in his berth. Stanley blows his high sound from the whistle. Then, going and blew the low sound, and everybody had a terrible sound that no one had heard before. All the engines whooshed and wheeshed with laughter. Whistled Stanley. Chuckled all the other engines. But Thomas wasn't chuckling. He didn't like Stanley doing his jobs, or pulling his passenger cars, or being everyone's best friend. But the laugh in the berth at Titmuch's was worst of all. He huffed, and he chuffed quickly. Thomas whistled, which then Stanley had never come. The next day, Thomas was extra busy. He wanted everyone to see he's better than Stanley. Thomas collected Jack. He tooted to Jack. Thomas smiled. He liked being in charge. Thomas wanted to show everyone he could do anything. Next, he has to pull some heavy freight cars. Then there was trouble. Thomas was puffing too fast to the bend. He toppled off the track. His load crashed down on the bank. Cried Thomas. Luckily, no one was hurt. The Topper had a ride with Edward and Rocky. He was cross. Thomas didn't want to go to the repair yard. He wanted to stay in charge. Added to Topham Hatt. This was the worst news ever for Thomas. He was so upset. Rocky loaded Thomas into Edward's flatbed. Slowly, Edward puffed away from Great Waterton. Edward had to stop at the signal. Staring chuffed cheerfully towards him. He whistled and he puffed away. In the distance, they could hear the other engines cheer. Thomas was cross. He hooted. Edward's signal turned to go, and he puffed on. Soon, Thomas was good as new. He tooted. Thomas couldn't wait. He chuffed cheerfully out of the repair yard. Thomas was very happy to see his friend Percy. He tooted. Peeped Percy proudly. Thomas didn't want to hear about Stanley. He was upset. Next, Thomas found Jack, Monty, and Max. They were very busy. Jack cried. Tooted Thomas. But Jack, Max, and Marty were too busy to take him any notice. Thomas was even more upset. He felt as he didn't feel in at all. He puffed sadly away. Thomas forgot about the Great Waterton as he chuffed into the Great Waterton station. It started to look like as it must have done a long time ago. He cried. Then Thomas saw Stanley. He was with Sir Topham Hatt. Sir Topham Hatt saw Thomas. He boomed, "Steam, Stanley." Thomas tooted back, but very quietly. Sir Topham Hatt declared. He added, Thomas's funnel flattened. Stanley was staying in charge. Thomas had the most important job of all, the job he wanted more than anything else. That afternoon, Stanley asked Thomas to shunt some freight cars. Stanley chuffed cheerfully. Thomas was a very good shunting his freight cars, and he also really liked shunting in freight cars, but he didn't really like Stanley to tell him what to do. Thomas chuffed unhappily to the freight cars. He wanted everything to be back as an island before Stanley had arrived on the island. Thomas shunted lots of freight cars. Stanley had to take them up and down to the steep enough to the wharf. Suddenly, Thomas flew into the idea. He puffed to himself. Soon the cars were ready, and they were very, very heavy. Stanley chuffed back. He puffed to the Thomas, but Thomas knew it was too heavy and too long. Stanley started up the hill. It was very steep. Stanley was doing his best. Stanley was using all his huff and all his puff. The trucks chattered and creaked. The train was far too heavy. Stanley's wheels spun and slid. Suddenly, the couple snapped, and Stanley's trucks rolled away, faster and faster. All the engines gasped as Stanley's train came racing down the hill. It smashed into the tower. As for the tower, crushed down onto the bricks and dust exploded everywhere. All the hard work was wasted. The engines gasped in horror, and Thomas felt worst of all. He knew it was all his fault. That's the end of part 4.